move and recycle it into something much more larger than that place that you're struggling with. But saying that, take a deep breath in into the count of 6. Let the lower belly filled up, middle chest, upper chest, really get that breath in and expand the restrictions that we have come into a frequency of slowness, sluggishness, uncomfort, and very gently breathing out into the space of count of 6. Keep your spine erect, keep your chest open, keep your mind in that space of understanding and realization, and very gently allow this breath to bring that frequency of you're not just a drop in the ocean, you're the ocean in the drop. Just coming from that frequency of limitation into a space of understanding and realization and a flow. Keep the breath happening. Shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Very gently release the tension that whether you're holding on the right side, whether you're holding on the left side, whether you're holding on the right side of the neck, left side of the head. Becoming aware of that, very gently releasing the tension that holding, releasing the pattern that it is holding, releasing the story that it is holding, releasing the character that it was holding, and change in this very moment the destiny where you are. And gratitude is a great way to open up these energy channels. Gratitude that you are so much blessed. Now move the camera towards Darren. Now take a deep breath in and very gently out breath, elongate the spine and twisting the spine to the right side. Very gently allowing that spine to open, right rib to open, very gently opening up that chest. And releasing the tension that you are holding. Some things are better to happen later when you are constantly coming into this realization. So let it fall apart temporarily. Try to release your tightness that you're holding and to change this right now. Now take a deep breath in, coming back into the center. Change your leg formation. Out breath, twisting the spine to the other side. And very gently coming into what is truly meant for you will find you, no matter how far it has got away, whether it's your holiday, whether it's your next level of the desired relationship, the health, whatever it is for you today. Back into the center. Now stretch the neck to the right side, stomach very gently back into the center, onto the left side. Take a deep breath in, that Ujjayi pranayama happening in. Shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, massage the back of your C1, C2. Very gently, if you need to give a massage where there's tightness is, and very gently allow the breath and the practice to be the solution. And very gently finding that secure place, that reassured place in the form of a relationship with the breath and the body and the mind. Now chin to the chest, completely breathe out, stomach pulled in, very gently releasing the tension and coming into that cat pose, reposing at the cat. And take a deep breath in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. This is a good time also to bring that metta, forgiving our parents for not being able to love the way we want them to love, or forgiving ourselves, going out and looking for that love in all the places that are not relevant of that love. Very gently breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock into the space of that cat, and releasing the tension, whether it's for you forgiving today, gratitude for you, forgiving yourself, uh, blaming a situation and try to find it in somewhere else. Now into a neutral spine, very gently take that left leg into the back, very gently coming into that place of opening, and very gently understand the breath and your realization is a magnet for you today. So this practice is a blessing. Let this practice be your inspiration today for yourself and to the others, what you call the family, the world, the community. Shoulders roll back, drop the elbows and walk those palms into the front, releasing any tension. And let that breath, let that palms be on place of abundance, gratitude, and let that vibration amplifies into the cell of the body, the breath of the body, where there is an uncomfort, a stagnation. And very gently take that breath of a reminder of appreciating that, this realization. And let it breathe the frequency that attract that energy shift, focusing from not having to having everything. Take a deep breath in, very gently coming back, shoulders relaxed, chest open, open up the back, open up the rib cage, open up the throat, releasing any tension on the lower back, stronger on the pelvic floor, moving into a gentle plank. Even you are in the plank, stay open, be open into that receptivity. And drop the knees and very gently stretch the spine on the out breath. Now, when we are in this practice constantly, we will constantly have synchronicities happening into us. And it avoids things that is not meant to be ours. So trust in this process that something is not happening for you. It will happen when you're more stronger and when you're correct into that same alignment, and it will reinforce your connection with that energy flow, whatever you want to call the faith. Now, very gently, palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Take a deep breath in, soften the belly, coming into that space of the Bhujangasana. Let this posture brings that inspiration, the alignment, shoulders relaxed, chest open. Bring that place of the heart lift up and let that synergy that propels, let that breath propels, and that realization propels. Breathe out towards the down face. Very gently bend your knees, releasing any further tension, opening up that space that you're restricting because of your self-talk, because of your story, because of this, because of that, the words. Present to all these parts of you, because this will support the movement of flow. Now take a deep breath in, left foot into the front, into the pigeon pose. Shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Take a deep breath in and very gently opening up the chest, throat, the space of the lower back, middle back, upper back, space of the lower abdominal. Drop the elbows, walk those palms, release the tension. Now let the breath be the first cycle of gratitude. Let the breath be the first cycle of abundance. Let the breath be the first cycle of fulfillment. And start changing the energy to see the world in this place. Because it all needs that intention from you. Arms facing up, shoulders relax, and chest open. And let the breath come into that space of the harmony, the frequency. Or very gently walk those palms into the front, shoulders relax, and just open into a stronger plank. Now very gently lift me onto the floor. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Right arm reaching into the back, touch the floor without the restriction. Right knee onto the floor, left leg stretch. Toes open up that feet. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling, opening up that space into the back and touch. Now completely drop the knee, completely breathe out to the cat. Embrace that space of deservingness, the clarity of this moment. That's what's most important because you're changing the frequency means this moment, not in the future. Drop the belly, opening up. Tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. Remember always you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in that space. Let this vibration kind of echoes through the body, through the cells. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, and throat. Let it echo through the breath. Let it echo through the out breath. Let that energy bring that brightness into the whole parts of the what you call the body, the atoms of it. Thumb roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze on, and start coming to that place of admiration into this magical space that you call body, magical space of mind. Without the identity of it is yours. We want to take the identity, take in that entire ocean, not in that drop, and try to force that drop. Now neutral spine, stretch the spine into the back, arms facing up, put that buttocks drops onto the heel. Very gently taking this moment to understand the realization of this gentle nudging. Now, all these practices are the ability to transform and transformation. As I say, the frequency is for you to transform whatever you want to do it in your life, whether it's a health, whether it's a wealth, whether it's a relationship. Try to get the right intention and right frequency. Not the world is pushing you to get this, get that. This is what it should look like. Have faith in yourself for the first time. Your guidance is leading towards your purpose to uncover your own truth, not what else everyone says. Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in into up face. Shoulders relax and chest opening up, and let that posture gravitate through that wisdom, through that inner peace. Breathe out towards the down face. Now, if your heels are still high, walk either feet a little bit into the front or bend the knees and very gently bring that heels down and opening up keep your back a bit more open and settle, and try not to have that tension in the back of the neck. Now left leg up into the back, left knee onto the chest, completely breathe out, coming to a good set of strengthening that pose. Left leg back, left knee onto the left elbow, stretch back, left knee onto the right elbow, getting into the right elbow, stretch back, left leg back, left foot into the front, arm stretching to the back, interlace in the fingers, arms raise onto the ground. Stretch your elbows a little bit when you're interlacing the fingers. Arms raise onto the ground, sit deeper. 6 deep cycles of breath. Give the energy to amplify through the vibration and the frequency and creating that electricity. The body is nothing other than electricity. It's totally electric. It needs the movement to be charged. It is very important to create that energy. If it's harder for you, just visualize it happening like a dynamo when you cycle those old bikes. It comes up because you're pedaling into the Virabhadrasana. Take a mudra, opening up that space, yourself, a mudra that very uplifting. And it's also important to protect through your energy in this mudra, taking responsibility for your sacredness and having that gentle boundary from that negative situations rather than reacting constantly into it. Because it's not in you. When you start talking about it, when you start reacting, then you are in that vibration of that negativity. Not that it's bad, but get the frequency change, gentle arch. Breathing in very gently, coming back, elbow onto the knee. With that right elbow pointing up, right palm facing onto the sacrum. And when you're ready, let it very gently stretch up to the ceiling. Only when you're ready. And see where the posture might be asking you to go deeper into the knee without making knee heavier, maybe deeper into the connection of the feet. Maybe today it's about stretching up the right side, right arm stretch into the front, very gently. After you stretch into the front, in an angle, into the front, the right arm a bit more into the front, and very gently bending the knee, touching the floor. Take a deep breath in if you're lacking of that breath a couple of times. If you're lacking of that vibration, take a couple of more breaths and sit in this posture. If not, left arm reaching up to the ceiling. And let this arm and the movement send that important awareness of that frequency is now changed. Left arm reaching into the back and touch the floor. Very gently drop the back knee and lunge forward and backward. Shoulders relax. And give a good rotation to the hips. Water rotation. Put your energy towards the digestion onto the other side. Especially bring that energy into the frequency of the liver, frequency of the spleen, frequency of the pancreas, because these are cells. And so cells get created every 2 weeks. So give that energy of the new creation. Water rotation, and very gently push the hips into the front and switch the spine into the back, palms facing up. Let this moment that you are creating, co-creating with the universe, with the vibration in this present moment. Let the vibration echo through this body. Echo through this your understanding of who you are, what you are. Echoes through this world, your understanding of the world. World is not belongs to one group. It belongs to echoing of so many. So can you imagine it clearly in your mind, visualizing it? And it's not to go and give your emotions to feel all what is going on. You're changing the frequency of it. If you're finding it disturbing, you're meant to not to disturb it further. You're having it by doing this. You align your vibration with that of the space that what you want to contribute. Make sense? Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest onto the floor. And very gently drop the belly, soften the hips, coming into a gentle cobra. All the philosophies, all the religions, all the great teachers have aligned with different wordings, different things into the same place. Or looking onto the right side, or looking onto the left side. Take a moment and allow the third eye to sit on your either fist or on the palms, and relax onto the four elbows pointing out. Remember, so ask yourself, what are your habitual patterns that's shaping you into this disturbance if you have a disturbance? If you have a peace, what are the habits that contributing to this peace? So reinforce the things that are important for you, whether it is in your thought process, whether it's in your idea process. So thought in a positive level is it's good, but it's not a realization. So it's not just having affirmation and asking things to change without not doing anything, or having that gratitude for that affirmation. You can't just read. As I always say, you can't read a menu and ask the hunger to go away. You can't read about running. You can't read about walking. You have to do it. So ask yourself, what are the areas that you are not supporting this to change? What are the areas that you are not willing to change, willing to explore? Coming to that harmonious understanding. It's only a challenge until you take the decision and move on. It's only a fear until you face it. So you have to be very careful of your words you're constantly bringing. You have to be very careful of your actions. You have to be very careful of your habits. Now see, now you are observing all those things. Now very gently bring the left knee onto the left side, higher as possible. Higher as possible. And stretch the left leg if you have space onto the left side. Take a deep breath in and open up that leg. Now palms onto the chest level and see whether you want to come to a gentle cobra on the upper body. Just so that you're releasing the tension of the lower back, tension of the middle back, tension of the chest. Now, if this is any moment uncomfortable, then just go back to the floor when you're ready. Now, very gently stretch both arms onto the side, arms stretch onto the side as much as possible. I'll bend the left knee again, keep the arms stretched. That's it. Overlooking to the right side this time. Now let that middle back sink in a little bit without hunching. Take a deep breath in. Where you're bringing your intention, it will shape of your energy. It now bring that attraction of that energy into that area that you're finding it is challenging. Take a moment to explore with breath. Take a moment, explore it with feelings. Take a moment, and if you have certain feelings that has shaped into certain stagnation, breathing very gently into that framework through the mentality and through the body, through the breath, and lens through which that you were interpreting it into now of understanding. Now very gently take a deep breath in, very gently coming back, left leg stretch into the back, and very gently soften the hips side to side, side to side. And gently bring the head into the middle and bring that right knee onto the right chest, how as possible. When you come into that place, palms onto the chest level, you very gently take a gentle deep breath and very gently come back into that gentle cobra in the upper body. So the lower body doesn't change, very gently. And you can either stretch the leg totally out when you're ready. But if you're stretching the leg, go down first, then stretch the leg, and then you come back into that gentle cobra. And very gently commit to your breath, commit to this moment. Don't bring your old story, don't bring your difficult conversations. You just bring the breath and this moment in the space of the solution, where your body is securely guided, securely reassured, your thoughts and emotions in a place of relationship we call practice. Now stretch the arms onto the side and go totally down on the upper body and overlooking onto the left shoulder. Take that breath. Now this is a time that anything that is need to be forgiven, whether it's partner not being able to love the way you need, and then forgive yourself for going out and looking for that love in that person. Maybe universe is changing you to look at in a different level and moving it because your interference with that relationship has now come into it, has fed, it has grown, but maybe you need a bit more further a relationship with yourself. Back into the center, knee bend, and stretch the legs totally and relax. Now, this is a good time. Soften the hips, soften the hips, soften the hips. Take a deep breath in, very gently coming into the cobra. Breath out onto the knees and stretch the spine. This time we can have the knees wide apart in relation to releasing the tension. Take a moment to sit in there. Just think that the practice is not about significantly having the ability to have that mobility to constantly do postures, but to understand the limitation of the body, to understand the limitation of the mind. But remember that you're not just the drop in the ocean, you're a drop and the ocean within. Let this echo. Let the energy caressing through you. Let it strengthen. Let it brighten every atom. Ability to create whatever is your aspiration for this very moment. Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing into a up face. Shoulders relax and just open. Just open, breathe out towards the down face. Now very gently, get your down face correct. I want the energy formation to be correct in the down phase. When that happens, let the energy bring the shape of the down phase rather than force in the body. Just align the energy of the down phase. Manage that energy, not forcing the down phase. Now you can direct that energy towards the posture. Now right leg up into the back, right knee to the right chest, breathing in, stretch back, right knee to the right elbow, stretch back, right knee onto the left elbow, stretch back, right foot into the front. Switch into the back, interlacing the fingers. Now get that elbow stretch when you interlace the fingers so you allow the energy to move through your posture. Arms raised onto the ground. Sit deeper, 6 deep cycles of breath. Let the energy moves into a frequency of from lacking to having. Because otherwise the vibration you are sending out is important. Aware of how you use your energy because it follows where you put your attention. But you have this choice within yourself where to direct your energy. When you come into that space, take a gentle opening to the Virabhadrasana, take a mudra, and allow that mudra to vibrate. We all have the freedom to shape our realities. So don't become a victim of your reality. So reinforcing what is that for you, whether it is in your thoughts, whether it's in your feelings, whether it's your story of the past, gentle arch. Gently coming back, elbow onto the knee. Left arm sitting on the sacrum, and left elbow pointing up. Just when you find the balance of this posture, not so much it's tired, but the balance, and bring that mental framework into that. And stretch the arm up. Now, this is the moment to see your interpretation of life, how your thoughts work, how your stories work, catching up whenever they are negative or when they are, let me do that. Stretch into the front, the arm when you feel that, especially the left arm, very gently bringing down. And see whether you want to bend the knee a little bit more. When you're ready, right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Opening up that scapula and see whether there's anything in that stagnation. Because you're a frequency, you're a magnet constantly attracting whatever going inside your head. So you have to be very careful what message you're giving to the universe, because that will match you. It's nothing to do, it's matching you with bad or good. It's just matching your frequency. By reaching into the back, absolutely. Very gently coming into a plank. Very gently, then 1 knee at a time to release any further tension in this plank. Now coming into a gentle cat. Completely breathe out. Breathing in, drop the belly, open up the chest. Right shoulders roll back. Release the tension, breathe out. I'm bringing into a neutral space of the spine. So the practice is very psychosomatic. We are moving through the bodies into the space, and we're using the mind and techniques to move into the space. I'm reaching up to the ceiling, clench and unclench, and stretch into the back under the armpit. Now, it is all these days about quantum physics. your body is constantly vibrating in those energy cells. That's what you call a body, what you call a mind, what you call a human. Composed of atoms. A wave, a frequency. Everything that happens in the day is frequencies. So people just think it's material, it's street, it's buildings, but it's also space. Now, very gently, once you release that tension coming back, guide this energy back into a cat, guide this energy back into a cow, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze into that vibration that influence your mental and physical, and also to your aura, neutral spine, right arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the back under the armpit, opening up. So this vibrational energy is very important. Your words are vibrational energy. Your events are vibrational energy. So understand this activity of you call people, situation. They are all energies. So use the energy and move it onto a creative force in every atom of your being. You have to renew your spirit in that space. Whatever is for you, very gently coming into a space of the cow. Into a cat, cow. Now push the hips forward, gently forward, forward, forward. Shoulders roll back, opening up, opening up. Explore how to harness this energy and move that energy to the asana, pranayama, dharana, and dhyana. Shift your spine into the back. Palms facing up. Take a moment. When I say energy, not just the body, everything, the buildings, the trees, the cars, the trees. As a child, when I used to look at out of the window, we have like a misty window. So I was living next to a massive highway. I see this red light, and I thought of the energy of it in the evening. If you just see lines, you don't see cars, even the white lights. That's a feel, the essence of all things. And bring the knees together and gently coming into a child pose. Sitting in that space of the innocence. Just whatever you're going through is something that happens to you as a place of a child, and you were very nervous about stepping outside of that zone. But now you're adult and you bring that space of that child into a familiar place of love, and it's safe. It's not that whatever the event that happened was scary, but because unfamiliar. And when things are unfamiliar, you blame yourself that you're incapable. Well, let this moment to go into that depth of healing. Now, when you take responsibility to yourself, you can see others are saying that you are not coming up and catching up anymore. No, that's because you have raised that bar. You want the right people to access you because you have to manage this energy and the frequency. And you're not doing this because you're very egocentric or you're an arrogant person. Whatever you call peace and bliss is also a frequency. So you just want to protect that from the drama, protect that from all this reaction. And when you come into this understanding, please take a deep breath and elevate your spine in this place of your realization. Wake up the spine one vertebra. So it's not about just taking and eating organic food and breathing good air in the forest, but you are also is giving less access to any type of toxicity, not just it in the form of food, not in form of relationships. You understand that? So your practice is now all this realization. Take a posture without using any of those words of your realization. Take a posture that it gives that frequency in this very moment, this understanding. Because remember, you are electromagnetic beings. It's all about energy and vibration. It's not about stories. It's not about things. So take a mudra or take a posture to open up that space and let it experience. Just for you. Feeling your own life, not out of separation. With this place only you can witness, not by adding it, not by putting anything anymore. So this is a realization. When you have experienced that it is your primary, even your thinking, now don't let it go into words anymore, because you have lost it when you start babbling with words. It is just a way to understand what happened. Let that frequency wake you up again from the posture and stretch the legs very gently into the front. Bring the left knee onto the chest. Very gently release any further tension. The body might want to do its own. Let it do. Body might move on its own because it's going through a flow of vibration, electricity. Left foot onto the right side. Now bring the right foot under the left buttock. So lift up the buttocks and just open the chest and sit with this posture for a while. Just open the chest and don't twist the spine yet. Let this energy and you're presently almost plugging into that space. So you don't need anything anymore. If you don't have this practice, you have to plug into addictions, you have to plug into this, that to stimulate you. So take a deep breath in and twisting the spine to the left side. Let the elbow pass and take a mudra on the right side, overlooking onto the left shoulder. Start feeling the vibration of these things. Now you know you can manage this world, even the eyes shut. Very rude to feel the vibration you are. Feel the vitality of the organs. Now this means you're experiencing everything. Now take a deep breath in, coming back into the center, shoulders relax and just stay. Just staying that before changing the sides to the other side. When you're ready, whether you want to have a neck stretch, let the energy interact. Let the tantra interact. Your path is honoring that interaction. So whatever the posture, and then you change the side, right knee on chest, right foot onto the left side, your rotation to the feet, conversion of the left foot under the bottom. Hold the knees and stay in this space. Let things in life, whatever the form it comes, let it appreciate you. Because you might have an intellectual knowledge, not an understanding and a realization that should appreciate me like this. This should appreciate me like this. So let it. Let the Durga appreciate you into whatever the energy is. Or when you're ready, take a deep breath and twisting the spine to the right side. Let the elbow pass. Take a mudra. Don't ever come into the place of the manipulation of these energies. Let the excitement of life now is very different to your understanding about life. Because for you to understand life constantly, it's through materials. But it's a totally different world when you understand life through the energy and the frequency. Now let it vibrate in that. You can relax with that vibration. There's nothing to do in this vibration. Take a deep breath in, come back into the center. Shoulders relax and just open. Take the legs, release the tension. And now you see that whole we, you need to be entertained if you don't have this understanding and the flow. Now nothing is entertaining you. Now sole of the feet together needs body part. Gently butterfly and release any tension. Let you come into that place of you're totally tuned with that cosmos. You plug into that cosmos. You plug into that vibration. Nothing is interesting. You're not in the place of all, not this, not that, nothing. Now there is no thoughts crashing between each other, no feelings crashing between, no addictions crashing. You're in the place of in the being mode with the electricity of the being. Now give a good foot massage and create some acute pressure, create some electricity. Hands will go where it is needed to be. Anything that has repressed, any organ can be worked through the feet. Now very gently shoulders relax and chest open. Now your journey is not to reject yourself. There's a lot of people in this whole understanding and affirmation, they want to reject themselves. But this is to actually come into that place of being with yourself. You'll come here to gather and expand. You're not here to try to grab onto one. You're here to expand, not to contract. But you're here to expand without that gathering. You're here to release that depletion and exhaustion because you're with the frequency. When you're depleted, you need energy, not solutions. A lot of time in this world, these people are lacking of energy. To thrive, plants and trees and everything in nature doesn't go for plans or solution, but they're all coming to the place of integration of energy. When you come into this realization, we have given the space of the tools, uh, not cleaning anything for you, but giving you the responsibility. When we come into the frequency of thoughts and emotion, we are very scattered. And every thought has become that space of scattered. But only in the expansion you find that center. Energy gathers to expand. So whether your energy is scattered today in the thoughts, in emotions or stories, it's a depletion. When you come into that place, arms raised onto the ground, cleansing the space and the aura and gather. Until you're gathered, you will never know what this practice is, what you're longing for, the energy. Should be bringing the space into the space of the crown, into the third eye, Bring that expansion into the space of the third eye, into the throat, into the heart, not reducing anymore, but loving the frequency of that heart, not to scatter anymore, but the frequency. Solar plexus, navel, Mooladhara. Arms raised back into the crown, cleansing the space of that aura, the energy. Once you have that real capacity to understand, then you wouldn't need another class even. Touch the earth, respect for that space of the earth that we are temporarily taking refuge through this body and the mind and this whole thing. When you come into that realization, coming back, giving that gratitude into that space of that realization and frequency. Now from the center of this gathering, you can allow everything to happen, whether it's need a solution of this or that or that. It's up to you how you going to use this energy today. But always be plugged into that space of the energy. Otherwise, by even doing great things, you might lose the capacity of the energy. Coming back into the center part of the Namaskar position, space of Namaste. So now you see, you are with me. As the classes are deepening into further and further, this level of understanding and realization do have a acquired taste, Someone who doesn't like anchovies, it's very hard for them to like anchovies. Because because it goes through the ego, which is the personality and the character, and it does not agree because it has programmed to see things differently. So the truth is like that. Now, I also said that when you raise these vibrations, people might tell you, oh my God, you don't have time to see me, you don't have time to come and this, that, that. No, because you become the responsible to, especially if you work with clouds and people and places, like if you, for all these amazing jobs that you guys have taken, whether it's a builder, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a planner, with whatever it is, it always deals with people. And it's very important that you have in this frequency. Otherwise, even you have said goodbye to the person, you might be still depleting if you're talking about it, if you're worried about it. So the practice, even once a week come, it's very important. There are so many classes on the space of the modern world in the YouTube and all that. So revisit, share it with people that you want to share it with similar experiences that they are going through. My love always there for you and this beautiful community. It doesn't have to be crowded. It doesn't. It's awakening and it's a very small frequency that we are celebrating. It's just dust particles, nothing huge about it. And my love to you, Sylvia, for all that beautiful food that you bought and the candles, and Matt's father, Dr. Michelle, for looking after me, Maria and Sage, and Rebecca and Dad's great big love for all the helps, all the donations you dropped at the front door. Very naughty. And Liz and Joe and Pamela all your supports, everything is important as each other. Big hugs for you guys. Enjoy the day. It's beautiful and sunny. Love you all. Bye.